When mulch goes wrong, your garden feels it. You might think tossing a layer of bark or straw around your plants is always a good move. But the truth is, improper mulching silently kills more plants than most gardeners realize. The roots suffocate, stems rot, pests take shelter, and suddenly your vibrant flowers and vegetables are wilting before your eyes. What if fixing your mulch habits could revive your whole garden this season? Welcome to Botanical Bliss, where we decode soil and plant health the natural way. In today's guide, we're talking about mulching mistakes that often go unnoticed, and how to fix them before they ruin your raised beds, balcony pots, or flower borders. Whether you're a beginner gardener or someone who's been mulching for years, these practical soil-smart fixes will make your efforts go further with every scoop you lay down. Alright, let's start with the most common misstep: piling mulch too high. You might think a thick blanket of mulch means better moisture retention, fewer weeds, and a healthier garden, but hey, more is not always better. When you stack mulch beyond 4 inches deep, it starts to act like a barrier instead of a support system. Now, what happens with excessive mulch is that water pools on the surface and evaporates before it gets deep into the soil. Oxygen struggles to reach the root zone, and over time, roots suffocate. Not exactly what we're aiming for, right? And, you may even invite fungal diseases due to trapped moisture. It's something to keep in mind when you're mulching around your plants. The fix is simple. Stick to a depth of 2 to 4 inches and loosen compacted mulch with a hand rake every few weeks. Now let's talk about another sneaky mistake: mulching right up against plant stems. This is sometimes called volcano mulching, especially when done around trees, and it's honestly one of the fastest ways to kill a plant slowly. Why? Because mulch that hugs the base of a plant traps moisture against the stem or trunk. Over time, this moisture creates, the perfect breeding ground for rot, mold, and stem diseases. Instead, always leave a gap, about 2 to 3 inches around smaller plants and up to 6 inches around trees and shrubs. Your plants will breathe easier and your soil will stay healthier. Another critical but often overlooked error is applying mulch over existing weeds. It might seem efficient to smother weeds instead of pulling them out first, but that's short-term thinking. Some weeds, especially perennial ones with deep roots, thrive under a layer of mulch. They continue to grow, stealing nutrients and competing for water. Others might rot and attract pests beneath the mulch. Always remove weeds thoroughly before mulching, especially in the summer when weed growth is aggressive. If the soil is dry, give it a light watering to make weeding easier and more effective. Choosing the wrong type of mulch for your garden can also backfire. Fresh wood chips may look neat and tidy, but here's the thing: they can temporarily pull nitrogen from the soil as they break down. This process can leave your plants looking a bit yellowed and, hungry. So when you're dealing with vegetable beds or those nutrient-sensitive flower borders, it's best to opt for composted mulch, aged straw, shredded leaves, or even grass clippings, as long as they're properly dried. These organic materials, they don't just insulate the soil, but as they decompose, they also add nutrients. It's like giving your garden a little extra boost over time. Each mulch has its purpose, and understanding your plant's specific needs is key to picking the right one. One more common oversight is forgetting to refresh mulch at the right time. Organic mulch naturally breaks down over the seasons. It's supposed to. Mulch is fantastic for your garden, but as it decomposes, its weed-blocking and moisture-saving powers start to fade, so keep an eye on it. If you notice your mulch looking a bit thin, gray, or patchy, well, it's definitely time to top it up. Don't wait too long. Most garden beds will really benefit from a fresh layer of mulch about once a year. Ideally, you should aim to do this in early spring or late fall. It's a great way to keep your garden thriving. However, in hot climates or after heavy rains, you may need to refresh twice a year. Don't just keep adding more on top. Scratch away the old material, fluff it, and then lay new mulch evenly. This keeps your mulch layer breathable and productive. Finally, let's touch on one of the most fixable mistakes: ignoring the edges. Mulch that spills over onto walkways or smothers surrounding lawn areas doesn't just look messy, it can actually create tripping hazards and, kill turfgrass too. Use a spade to define crisp mulch borders, and if you're working in containers or raised beds, make sure to keep mulch at least half an inch below the rim to avoid spillage. Clean edges give your garden structure, and thoughtful application, well, it really reduces waste. Mulch is one of the best allies your garden has, but only when used correctly. It conserves water, improves soil structure, suppresses weeds, moderates temperature, and feeds the soil as it breaks down. Misuse it and it becomes a barrier to growth. Get it right, and mulch becomes one of the simplest, most powerful tools in your gardening arsenal, especially in tough climates or small space setups like balconies and patios. If you've made one or more of these mistakes, you're not alone. Fixing them is straightforward and often yields fast results. Within a few weeks, you'll notice deeper root growth, fewer weeds, and healthier, more resilient plants. And once you master the art of mulch, it becomes second nature, something you'll tweak and tailor to every new season or planting. If this guide helped you see mulch in a new light, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this video with a fellow gardener. Botanical Bliss is your home for soil wisdom, natural fixes, and plant-first gardening methods. Together, let's grow smarter and healthier with every layer we build.